You can feel it before you can explain it. The way she says, "I'm just tired," feels different now. The silence between you isn't soft anymore. It's sharp, loud, filled with things unsaid. She looks at you, but doesn't really see you. The warmth used to be in her eyes. Now it's somewhere else, with someone else. You start noticing how her laugh reaches further with others, how her phone is closer to her than your touch. And yet, when you speak, she nods, but it's hollow, like a ghost wearing the skin of someone you knew. Do you notice how she protects her phone more than she protects your peace? Do you ask yourself why your gut twists when she smiles at her screen? A man doesn't need proof. He needs presence. And hers has already left the room. She's still here, but her loyalty isn't. When her words stay, but her soul leaves, that's the moment you wake up. She's just friend with him. You've heard it. Maybe you believed it. Maybe you wanted to. But the words didn't sit right. Not because of what she said, but how she said it. Too fast. Too practiced. As if she'd rehearsed that line for a moment like this. You see, truth never needs offense. But deceit always comes dressed in charm. She tells you stories to soothe your instincts. He's like a brother. He's taken. We've known each other forever. If that were true, why does he appear so often in her conversations, but not in her life with you? Why does your name fade when his rises? You don't need to accuse. You just need to observe. The gravity in a woman's heart doesn't lie. It pulls toward what she values. And lately, you felt weightless in her orbit. When a man sees a pattern, he no longer needs a confession. The most dangerous betrayals aren't loud. They whisper. They wear smiles. They speak in delayed responses and disappear behind locked phones. You sit across from her at dinner, and her eyes flicker at a notification. It's him. Again. She laughs a little louder, tilts her screen away. "Work stuff," she says. And you nod, because you're not ready for the truth. Not yet, but you feel it. You feel how her emotional gravity is shifting. Do you realize how she lights up for him in a way she's grown dim for you? Do you pretend not to see it because admitting it would burn too much? What kind of man folds when tested by silence? What kind of man trades clarity for comfort? The moment she hides joy from you and shares it with another, love is no longer the currency. It's the lie. This isn't about jealousy. It's about misalignment. A man anchored in his worth can feel the drift before the wave hits. He knows the difference between her being busy and being elsewhere. She used to tell you everything. Now she tells him, little by little. Your bond is being auctioned off for late-night texts and half-kept secrets. You ask a question and she gets defensive. You raise a concern, and suddenly you're insecure. But your instincts were never the enemy. Her reaction is, that storm you feel in your chest? It's not rage. It's reality knocking. And no amount of logic can silence the ache of being quietly replaced. A man of clarity doesn't argue for loyalty. He reads the silence like scripture. Gaslighting is a cruel thief. It steals your confidence, your certainty, your ability to believe your own eyes. She flips the script so fast you start questioning whether you're the problem. One day it was girls' night. The next there was a guy, just a friend. You noticed. You asked. She laughed. Or worse, she cried, made you feel guilty for asking. And now you sit in your own mind, torn between doubt and dignity. But here's the truth. Your spirit wouldn't feel unrest if nothing were wrong. Are you mistaking manipulation for misunderstanding? Are you losing yourself just to keep someone who's already halfway out the door? When she starts rewriting the truth, your only power is to remember your version and never apologize for it. A woman who truly loves you does not weaponize your concern. She does not make your intuition the villain. She protects your emotional ground like it's sacred, because to her, it is. But when she spins every conversation into a courtroom, when you're constantly defending your heart instead of sharing it, you're not in love. You're in trial. And the longer you stay, the more evidence you collect against yourself. Ask yourself, are you more tired than you are loved? Are you fighting for connection or just afraid of letting go? There is strength in confrontation, but there is more strength in clarity. The man who walks away from emotional warfare is not weak. He's finally refusing to bleed in battles he didn't start. It doesn't take infidelity to destroy a relationship, just consistent disconnection, justified through sweet words and evasive eyes. She might still be in your bed, but her heart's texting someone else. And while you sleep beside her, she dreams of another name. You think your loyalty will heal it. You think more effort will bring her back. But effort isn't the cure for absence. It only makes the ache louder. Are you staying because of love, or because you're afraid of starting over? Is she your partner, or a stranger who wears her smile? The strongest man is not the one who holds on. It's the one who knows when to release what no longer reaches back. But the silence doesn't stop. It thickens. What began as a whispered distance now becomes a collapse. Not loud, not sudden, but deep, slow, like watching something sacred slip through your hands while you pretend it's still there. There's a moment when the silence gets louder than the words. When you look across the room and realize the woman you once knew isn't there anymore. She's present but distant. She says she needs space. But that space isn't for healing. It's for detaching. A soft exit disguised as self-care. And the truth is, you felt it long before she spoke it. Her energy has changed. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes anymore. Her body is still there, but her spirit is with someone else. You try to convince yourself it's temporary. That love just needs time. But you know better. You feel it in the way she no longer initiates touch, no longer laughs at your jokes, no longer lights up in your presence. Her soul is shifting. You're no longer her home. You're a layover. So you sit in that quiet, trying to rationalize what you already know. But here's the truth you keep dodging. When a woman starts creating emotional space, she's already opened that space to someone else. When she asks for distance, it's not clarity she's searching for. It's freedom from pretending. You start to chase her, not because you're needy, but because you remember who she was. You remember the version of her that used to look at you like you were gravity, and you're not ready to let that version go. So you text more, plan nights out, compliment her more often, hoping the right words will pull her back. But the more you try, the colder she becomes. The silence stretches longer. Her replies come shorter. And the worst part? She doesn't even argue anymore. She just drifts. You don't realize that every message you send while she's slipping away confirms one thing. You're chasing a version of her that no longer exists. And she knows it. She feels your desperation, your panic, your need for her to return. But she's already gone. You're reaching for someone who's found something else to reach for. And with every effort you make, she loses more respect. Because chasing doesn't inspire love. It reveals your fear. A man who knows his worth walks in silence. A boy who doubts begs in noise. Deep down, you already know. You know this version of her isn't temporary. It's permanent. You sit there rewatching old videos, rereading texts that once made your heart beat faster. You replay moments like reruns of a life that felt real. But nostalgia is a liar when love is dying. Her gaze no longer holds warmth. Her voice, once a melody, now feels like background noise. She touches you out of obligation, not desire. And somehow, you convince yourself it's just a phase. But how long can you ignore that everything sacred between you has become routine? You find yourself justifying things she never had to explain before. Her distance becomes your guilt. Her detachment becomes your fault. You question your masculinity, your ability, your worth. But what if the issue was never you? What if you just kept feeding a fire she let burn out long ago? When her love becomes ration and her touch becomes duty, you are no longer her choice. You are her convenience. You deserve someone better. That phrase should have brought peace, but it felt like a death sentence. It was too polished, too calm, a script read by someone who had already left. She looked at you with that soft attachment, the kind that doesn't need a fight because the war was over long ago. But that sentence wasn't for your comfort. It was for her freedom. A graceful exit strategy disguised as empathy. And you stood there, torn between thanking her and falling apart. You wanted to scream, "Then why didn't you fight for me?" But you didn't, because you already knew. She didn't want better for you. She wanted different for herself. And those 5 words were her way of packing her guilt into your suitcase. letting you carry the heaviness so she could leave light. But here's the truth. No woman who truly sees your value tells you to go find it somewhere else. When she says you deserve more, what she means is, I've already chosen someone else. I just don't want to be the villain. You start to piece it all together. The late replies, the strange energy, the name that kept showing up in conversations where it didn't belong. You weren't paranoid. You were paying attention. But every time you asked, she twisted it back. You were being controlling, too suspicious, too sensitive. So you started to question yourself. You thought, maybe I am the problem. But that's what gaslighting does. It rewrites the story. It turns a mirror away from her and points it at you. And in that fog, you lose your reflection. But now, clarity is setting in. You're finally standing in the ashes of the truth. And it burns, yes, but it also liberates. You see her clearly now, not as the woman you once loved, but as the one who walked away in slow motion while smiling to your face. Gaslighting is the enemy of self-worth. The moment you stop doubting your eyes, you start healing your soul. You keep hoping she'll return, that maybe one day she'll remember what you had. But the truth is, she's already written a new story, and you're not in it. Her heart is elsewhere. Her energy is foreign. She's kinder now, oddly enough, more polite, more grateful, but colder. It's the calm of someone who has already said goodbye in their mind. You're no longer a partner. You're a placeholder. And each day you stay, you participate in your own dismissal. You tell yourself you're strong for enduring. But survival isn't strength when love is dead. It's delay. You're not waiting for her. You're avoiding the pain of starting over. But that pain is coming, either way. The longer you stay with someone who's left emotionally, the more pieces of yourself you surrender in silence. Eventually, something in you snaps, not in anger, but in awareness. You stop asking. You stop chasing. Not because you don't care, but because you finally realize that love shouldn't feel like negotiation. You begin to mourn, not just a relationship, but the version of yourself that tolerated emotional breadcrumbs. And in that mourning, something new emerges. Stillness. The fire inside you stops burning for her and begins burning for clarity. You no longer need her to explain. You no longer need closure. Because the real closure was this. You saw the truth and chose peace over pain. Healing doesn't begin when she apologizes. It begins when you stop needing her too. And then there's nothing left to chase. Not her, not the past. Just you, alone with the mirror. And for the first time, you're not afraid of what you see. Because after the collapse comes a rebuild, a return, not to her, but to the man you were always meant to be. You stop replaying conversations. You stop stalking her page. You stop looking for signs that maybe she still cares. Not because you don't feel anymore, but because you finally respect your pain enough to stop feeding it. Healing isn't forgetting. It's remembering without reopening the wound. And now, every breath you take is no longer borrowed from her presence. You sit alone, not in loneliness, but in power. There's a storm in solitude, but also stillness. Can you sit with it? Can you face the man in the mirror without flinching? When a man stops chasing closure, he starts chasing clarity, and clarity rebuilds what heartbreak broke. You begin to see the pieces of yourself you abandoned to keep her comfortable, the passions you left behind, the routines you let slide, the man you softened, hoping she'd stay. And now, piece by piece, you start to rebuild, not for her return, but for your return. Your return to purpose, to discipline, to stillness. You wake up earlier. You breathe deeper. You train harder. And with every act of self-respect, you pull yourself further from the version of you that once begged for her affection. She may have left your life, but now you're reclaiming your center. The day you rebuild without her is the day you become a man no one can walk away from easily again. You no longer need to explain your silence. You don't post cryptic quotes or seek pity from friends. You just move, quietly, steadily, like a tide no one saw coming. The people who once doubted your strength now feel your absence as a presence. You're no longer trying to be understood. You're simply becoming undeniable. And in that silence, you start attracting peace again. Not through effort, but through gravity. The gravity of a man who knows he doesn't beg to be loved. He invites the worthy and walks past the careless. A man who can walk in silence without breaking. That's the man every storm bows to. She may text again. Maybe out of nostalgia. Maybe out of regret. But now, you read her word with new eyes. The version of you that needed her validation is gone. She doesn't hold the same weight anymore. And you realize she never broke you. She revealed where you hadn't fortified yourself. What you mistook as rejection was actually redirection. You were never meant to stay small, just to fit inside someone else's comfort. You were meant to grow, to expand, to evolve. And now you are, without her applause, without her witness, without her permission. The man who no longer needs her return. That's the man she remembers long after she's gone. You don't hate her. That's not who you are. Anger is a chain too. You let her go, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. You wish her well from a distance. She can't cross anymore. Because now you have boundaries. You have peace. You have a life that doesn't center around her approval. And in that peace you smile, not because it didn't hurt, but because it no longer controls you. You survived. But more than that, you transformed. When you no longer need revenge, you've reached the highest form of power, detachment without bitterness. You are no longer waiting for love. You are love. In how you carry yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you show up when no one's watching. You walk differently now, with stillness in your steps, with fire in your chest, with a quiet in your eyes that says, I've been through the storm, and I built shelter inside my own mind. You're not the same man who once begged for attention. You're the man who commands respect with presence alone. So ask yourself, are you still chasing her ghost, or are you finally becoming the man she could never stay with? Because she wasn't ready for him? A man reborn from heartbreak is not desperate. He is dangerous to every form of weakness. Now let me ask you something real. Have you ever lived through what we just spoke of? Have you seen the signs, ignored your instincts, and paid the price in silence? Drop your story below, not to seek validation, but to give someone else clarity. Your words might be the echo another man needs to stop tolerating what's breaking him. And if this message spoke to something inside you, tap subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay with us. Not for drama, not for games, but for truth, power, and the kind of growth that makes noise without ever raising its voice. This is Stoic Horizon, and we're just getting started. Stay grounded, stay dangerous.